Hello, 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 everybody. Hi, hi, everyone. How na day? Greetings, special. This is a quick one. Mona no make us stay. I beg, I beg. I'm begging. I'm pleading. Please. Eh? I don't want tea. My God, I didn't even, Mona no verse. Now go take me like that. Quick me brush my hair, you know. I dey use the mirror take dey arrange myself. Hi guys, what's up, my people? Welcome, Raheem. Hey! Welcome, Raheem. How now? Good evening, my brother. Welcome. So good to see you guys. Thank you for coming. Hey, Quinty, my darling sister. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hey, I say make a quick dodge, enter, do it I want to. Japa for where? One not let me take for you. I beg. How that day? Happy today now waiting Thursday. Today na Thursday now. Today na Thursday, my people. So I got it right. I got it right. Yes, I got it right. Before Kene go show up, he go say today is not Thursday. Because now today, now Kene be timekeeper for you. Oh, una no vex so. Wetin Ori go do now be this so. Hey, Mr. Chike, welcome. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Entree, entree, entree. Hey, back in the day when my French used to be very good, though. That French used to be like very sonorous. But when you lose language, they hard to get them back. But anyway, hey, Mirabelle, darling. Oh my God. Mirabelle, air hugs. I'm hugging you. So good to see you. My God, it's been a while, though, Mirabelle. Well, they see you sometimes. They show. You will just show and then you come on. So I appreciate. Mr. Isholua, welcome, welcome. Good evening, sir. Welcome, greetings. Hey, Chukwumwo Diego, welcome. Good to see everyone. I appreciate everyone making the time to stop by. Happy Thursday once again. To all my new subscribers, God bless you, each and every one of you, including my returning subscribers. You guys are not left out. Thank you so much for your support. I don't take it for granted, though, honestly. When I just they move the ministry forward without even me prompting, and I really, really appreciate it. Honestly, thank you so much. Eh? Thank you. Hey, my people, una dey hear wetin I dey hear. Na gist carry me come here. Una hear say una INEC, wetin they call am, Mahmudu. Una hear say they go delete that 25%, the mandatory 25%, they go delete the beavers data for the presidential election. Can you imagine that? Una dey hear the tori. I read them, I say, wonders will never end in my motherland. Wonders not go end. I'm telling you. They go delete the beavers. Why? Because they no want make the evidence leak. They no want make people see what they do, the mago things when they do. Now, wow. Yes, so Mirabelle, I'm telling you. Myself, I dey dance for where I do. I say, hey, God go bless my people. God go bless each and every one of you, whether you like it or not. If you like me, you shrug your shoulder. You will be blessed. Unexpected blessing. Left, right, center. I go to pursue you. You go to pursue you. You go to overtake you. You go to tell, hey, what have I done? Oh, that all these things are just, all these good things are just, all these better things are just pursuing me. That's what is going to be for you. I'm telling you, for the support. Una do well. Una make my belly sweet. My body totori me. Somebody put totori there, and I make me use that. Thank you so much, oh. I'm telling you, Rahim, you just get the right name. Satanic. They go delete the beavers data so that they go fit cover up wetin these people do. Make you see the man, and they look the man face and they say, God. Una remember when this man go to town house, when he go, they talk, say, I assure you, I assure you. I don't feel talking before. People when they do, they speak English. When they speak English, when no, sometimes the English not they don't. Sometimes they go school. The school when they go now to go learn how to lie. Now plenty pass. They go be professor of lying and cheating. The man go nowhere when the man no enter. I assure you. Plus the one when they talk blah 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 blah. When they get full stop for mouth. What do they call that man? First also Okoye, now they call him. The man no they get full stop. If they talk now, so he go they make people when they talk too fast. I suspect them. Sorry to everybody that speaks fast too. It's not personal, but now this man own now they refer to. I never see all these people, liars sitting in the corridor of influence and power. Liars. All of them, gang of thieves and liars. Una hear wetin they be want to do, even though they debunk now. They talk say, no, lie, yo. Not be so. When they say they want to increase their salary, with the suffer when they this country, they want to increase their hearts. No even panic small. Say, no, we can't do this. For this suffering, to show all the people when they vote for all these people, where they may they come out. All the people when you vote for them, when they sing their song, go they do all kinds of nyama things for them, where they may they show up. How is it going? How markets? That's all I have to ask you. How is it going? How is the market going for you? That's the question I have. You they say the petrol when you buy at different price. How much is the petrol that you are buying? Is it less than the people that are buying it 500 naira? I want to know. This month, this increase of salary when they increase your own joint. I want to know your own day amount you want to increase. Because when they come out for you, they shout, they talk, they go up and down, they go up, they come down. Una say our mouth they smell. Who they suffer now? They get special car when they carry una go work. They go on a business when it's different from other people. Una question I ask, so una answer. Una get all the people when they vote for this sham, this gang of thieves and cultists. Una get separate vehicle when they carry una go work. They increase una salary by 114% because they deny now. Because they say everybody they give them woto left, right, and center from every corner. They increase una salary is the question. Is it increased by 114%? Is it? See the suffer when they grant. See the mess. Person, you want to do by force. You cannot. The work you know fit do one. You can't even lead yourself. I'm aware you want to lead another person. You can't lead anything. Look at the mess. He first put all the brothers and sisters. Every other person when they Nigeria know they exist. All of us, we no matter. And you arrange their relatives, put for there. Their loyalists, their supporters, put for there. Una don't they wake up? All the people when they vote for these people, they don't wait them. All the Ronu people, where on a day? Come and Ronu on this one. Come and Ronu. Rahim, exactly. Professor of rigging. I'm telling you, that is what should be behind his name. PhD rigging. I'm telling you. All these people will be big BB certificate, PhD, fellowship, everything. All of them are rig that they can rig. Imagine, it's such a shame. They don't shame PhD holders. Oh. I'm telling you, you have PhD with all due respect. They don't shame you now. They don't shame you now. They don't tell us, say, not everybody when read the PhD, know what they happen. Most of them be Donstiqua. According to my grandmama, Donstiqua people. Now they be. Primary school. That mechanic, person wey no go school at all, they use PhD take dey rig election. They use professor dey rig election. Person wey no go school, when you no know where e come from, where how im back be, how im front be, nobody know anything about am. Nobody know, no classmate come and say, it's true, we're in class together. Nothing. They use people picture, take they lie up and down. He use professor when he sweat go school. That's if not to they go to school. If not be money, they take buy him because we not condo now, right? Use professor head take rig election. So what's the point of going to school now? So the best thing is to have common sense. Be street smart. You don't need school. Because if you are street smart and you get common sense, you feel buy people when they go to school, when they spend the money to go to school. So, hey, of what use is it? Eh? I'm telling you, chooks, they go collect. Not be small collect, the collecting, eh? Drums, they'll to collect. Tanker. You know that when people when get borehole, we get borehole for my house that time. When you so that time when they buy water, you get area where we they stay that time we they buy water, they'll come pour water for your tanker, overhead tank, so that water go enter inside your house, right? Now that kind collect, now they go collect. They go dig borehole for their own case. They use and they collect, they collect, they collect, they collect. That's what's going to happen. Their collect never starts. Now look at the look. Are you people, is it clear? Is don't they clear for our eye now? Is it getting clearer? Is the question of the day. Is it getting clearer? Maybe I should have made my title that. Is it getting clearer now? Now I don't they open. When I don't they open, they don't increase suffering. Thank you very much, Mr. Chuk. They don't increase suffering by 115, 40 million percent. Oh, Salobo. Oh, yeah, eh. Oh, yeah. You need to be oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, not suffering for my language. Oh, yeah. Correct suffering. Suffering raised to power 1,000. By the way, just yesterday for you, they buy people again. No, every day now it can't be normal occurrence. It be like when you be saying a mosquito or ants. I hate to do the comparison, but if since now every day, the thing they happen every day. No day when I wake up when they not the reporter. Your national network news, they know they carry on. Nobody they talk about them. They know they talk about them. They know they talk about them. Innocent people. They know they take innocent people back to back. Nobody they talk. News not they carry on. Everywhere silence. Everybody they mind their business. They do their thing as if it's okay. There's nothing going wrong. The man when come out, he don't they look, he don't they clear to una say that one una go beg, una go wish say na instead day. Because that's the direction. Una here say una baba wanna put for there. Whether they do something for France or so, he not go, na person is sent. He not fit go represent una. He not go send a ambassador. Apparently, I hear it's an important occasion. I don't know. He supposed they there, but no, he send ambassador. And he did the France. Not be saying not did. Amechi, me, I don't know, my brother. Jam question. Me and you, they ask the question. They delete. I see, and I just they read and now. They say, INEC deliberately deleted the FCT presidential election result from the Beavers. So now, Atiku, PDP, digital forensic analyst, the witness, na him talk am for court. Na him talk am for the tribunal, the election tribunal. Na the witness be that. Say they intentionally delete am. Oh my God. Need to see that country. Yeah. Oh my God. That country rotting. He rotting, canker worm, they come from inside. Locust, everything creepy crawly. Hey! They wreck that country. Nothing they work. Even the say with this increase when they want increase, say they include the judiciary join people when they want increase their salary. Your guess is as good as mine. Why they want increase the salary? So that they go feed bribe them, so that they go do the anyama work for them. So you want to tell me, say, out of all the grandfathers them, all the grandpapa them, when they sit down for that place, not one get conscience, say, no, my grandchild. No, my children. No, I don't know how long, the God has given me. Let me just do things right. Not one person. You want to tell me that? Not one person, not one great grandfather is thinking of their children, thinking of their grandchildren, the future of their, not one. Hey, oh, mm, mm. And then they go, they shout, respect your elders. Respect your, which elder? Which elder, Biko? Which elder? Elder, when you don't sink the ship. Hey, oh, Kokobioko. Elder, when you don't sink. When, see Nigeria now. Nigeria is in the mud. What are we talking about? Nigeria is in the mud. Thanks to the elders. Thanks to the elders. Nigeria in the mud. Not one of the 50 say, no, my grandchildren, I can't do this. My grandchildren, oh, no, I can't do this to them. They have to be able to, not one. Are you kidding me? Eh? Perhaps they're planning to increase Bat's votes in order to argue. Now they delete them. I mean, that one when they delete them. Hey, you Salobo, only in Nigeria. Nigeria, my country. Oh, yeah. Oh. Charity say, because they know that that's one of Peter the Rock. Yeah, right? Amen, oh, Charity. So from your lips, so. Because, hey. I'm telling you, he rich, queen. He rich, made a declare. It's supposed the front cover of all the newspaper. If you see in a country when they work, therefore by now they're supposed DSS not supposed to arrest that man. Put him, made the arrest first. Eh? I'm telling you, Mirabel, that's what's happening. So that I'm asking the people who voted them, the people who are saying Ronu, Ronu, the people that are singing Ronu, it's my brother, it's our person. Are they buying petrol less? How much is their liter of petrol? Please, is there a line for them? Are they buying it for 50 naira while others are paying 500 naira? I want to know. All the Ronu, all the people that voted for this sham and this gang of thieves. Eh? Do they have a line? I just want to know. The salary that they've increased by 114% is their own salary among. I want to know. Is their salary among? Do they have separate markets they go and buy food items for their family? I want to know. The bag of rice that everybody is buying that they're saying is now almost 100,000 naira or thereabouts. Is their own less? I want to know. Is it 20,000 they are using to buy? Because I know that if you are voting for somebody, at least you will say, okay, there's a personal gain, something you are going to gain. So I'm wondering, these are questions I'm just throwing out because I really want to know. I really want to know for a fact. Yep, Mirabel, absolutely. They are the highest, absolutely. They are the highest paid politicians in the world. You are right, my dear sister. They are the highest paid politicians in the world. This is before the supposed increase is about to, yep, I'm telling you. So 114%. You need to be 114%, 50%, and then add 14 on top. 50 of the 50% is half of 150 now. Abi, half of 100 is 50. So they increase it by 140. So by the time they increase it by 50%, they will now add another 4. Hey, hey, Jesus. Hey, Salobua, oh God, I beg. Many things we do when I not use my mouth talk for year. Because YouTube, by the way, my video when I do yesterday, they don't kukuma, they don't demonetize. I can't they do it, they used to me now. Anybody give me super chat, now they carry me. That's all that encourages me because I not send these people. Their guidelines, it too much. Person know if you talk again. And to they gag people up and down. You sneeze. You get where I take sneeze now. The thing they go take and down. So I don't know, I don't tire. My people. Meanwhile, Agbado, una know say Agbado sell una the Lagos. Our Eko is our land. Igbo people come and go. Non-DG of Lagos, come and go. Go to your land. Go to your land. Non-DG, leave. Leave our land. Leave Lagos. Leave Lagos. Yes. Non-DG, come and go. Woo. Go to your village. Oh, go and repair your own. Leave it. Yes, we carry the stock. Come and go. All these non-indigenous are Omo Igbo. Come and go. Go to your village. Go and develop your village. Omo Igbo. They say Agbado, he don't sell Lagos seaport for 45 years. You know that? China gets 75% of Lekki deep sea ports, and they go there in charge for 45 years. Give yourselves a round of applause. Bruno people, clap for yourselves. We the non-indigenous of Lagos, we are clapping for you. You have won. Yay! You are the hero. You are the hero. Mona carry go. The wickedness for that country, they make my heart. Sometimes they make my heart skip a beat. I know they believe in that country they born me. I know they doubt them. I'm doubting. Maybe I don't know this Nigeria. I don't know this Nigeria. I don't know. I know it's not clear for my eye. Because the wickedness, not be here. The audacity for this man to delete beavers of FCT just to hide their shoddy work of stealing an election, it beats me. You see why we are on this hill? You see, this Peter Obi, disobedient. You see this hill? We pin here. We go nowhere. That country must collect them back. We go nowhere. This is the reason why we cannot give up. We can't stop talking. I suppose they do something right now. I suppose I did on timetable, but I say no, I have to come here. You see this hill? We pin here, we go nowhere. Morning, night, and evening, we go nowhere. Now here we did. Una hear say the US immigration lawyer testify against Lagos deputy governor. In other news, that's not my focus, but just as an aside, in case you don't know, you have not heard. Welcome, Kene, my village brother. Welcome. Good to see you. Mr. Sholu, are you laughing? You need to laugh. My brother, laugh. Laughter is good medicine. Let me share my link so that it's not only me that will be laughing and going on and on here. Please, because I don't want to stay here. Yesterday, all the life when I do yesterday, YouTube, they demonetize the whole thing. Thank you, Amaka. Now your super chat can't keep me standing. Now your super chat deliver me yesterday. Tato, darling, welcome. Oh. It's on its way. Kenya, that one is coming. It's coming. Yeah, 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 yeah. Lagos Seaport now, they don't first sell that one to China for 45 years. The children that they're going to have, their children's children, the ones coming after, they'll be paying debts. They go pay, not be me, oh, me and my generation, no, me and my family, my generation, your own and your families, will not go follow them pay that Lagos, that seaport, not them and their ancestors. Since all the Ronu people, all the people when they did that side, when they follow, bring this fraudulent man, now they go they pay that debt. Mm. Ah, I know, Tato, girl, I came in a rush. I just figured, I'm just gonna leave my camera on. What the heck, you know? Hey, and because of your talk and people walking back, I know, wondering maybe Naimeko. Now that one made their verse. They all removed, they all demonetized the video, whatever. Renewed Shege. Yes, Mr. Ishooluwa. Yeah, my sister, welcome. Good to see you. Thank you, Mr. Kevin Kell. Good to have you. Welcome. Yeah, they deleted the beavers. Oh, yep, for 25 years. Ovias, absolutely. Welcome, Dr. Paul. Welcome. Hey, I'm telling you, I said this one, this hill with Tanda like Iroko tree. We go nowhere. You see this one, we continue to talk. We continue to give them bumper to bumper. Hey, this one, like yeah, we refuse to be silent. As it dey happen, go they bring her out. As it dey happen. Hey, God, I beg, oh. Hey, amen, amen. It's not madness. Meanwhile, they say, which is the corner? A new good tribunal. You don't order Governor Umba's appearance on Friday. I wonder why they never order Mahmoud appearance and Agbado appearance. When I see say they don't give order to order their appearance. I never see. They order their appearance. So we'll see how it goes for the Enugu Tribunal, because that's certainly no, 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 no. These people. Ah Nigeria. Hey God, I beg. Oh. Mm. Mm. How can you, in a society where you know the suffering, people are still, the Naira issue came up, people were using Naira to buy, they were buying their own currency in their own country. On top of that, people's goods were spoiling in the market. They couldn't sell it because there was no money to buy. On top of, as you enter, you first introduce suffering. You first remove subsidy without any form of support for the citizens. Hmm? You remove that one to benefit the people when you buy. Because now one collect money back on and spend. You first remove that one. Then you can't increase them to 500. 500 in certain places. So it's not 500 in the south. So in the south, it's probably like 700 per liter to 800 in the south. Where the oil, where all the money they come from. Now we they buy them more expensive pass. Hi, let me read you guys what I think I posted it. I don't need to read it. I beg. If you want to read it, the response of Peter Obi to the Peter Obi's response. If you want to read Peter Obi's response to the increase of salaries, you can read it on my community page. Excuse me. Say, yeah, it says, yeah. Woohoo! Let me read this for you guys. So Agbado, the president selects who they've been bragging the world leaders were waiting to receive in France, ended up not joining others on the stage. He sent the Nigerian ambassador to France to represent him on the stage. Not like he missed his trip. He was right there in France. What an insult to the world on the world leader, on other world leaders. What an embarrassment to Nigeria. Shame on this walking embarrassment and all his supporters. Ew, Oswan. Ew. Mm-mm. Oh, hey. There can be no greater, there can be no greater a symbolic and real expression of the contempt of the political class in power for the suffering people of Nigeria than the alleged 114% increase in their already relatively bloated remuneration, with no empathy for the people. Politicians are mere bandits. Not today. It's not today. We know that. They're a group of bandits that have decided that that country, they will loot and loot until there's nothing left to be looted. That's just what they've made up their minds to do. Is anybody going to stop them? Ah, Umashu. I have some videos. Let me switch my device so I can play some videos for you guys. 1 second. Bear with me here. Ah, are you guys liking? Please like. Make could share oh. Bikonu. Share. Like it. I'm trying to um pull up the videos so people can see. Let me see. There was a video that I had in mind to play. Uh, it's really crazy. Nigeria is just a joke. Really. It's really a joke, honestly. People, when they call and joke, and they look them before with side eye. But now, I think I'm beginning to agree with them. It's a real joke. As the way Nigeria is as it stands, it's a joke. A joke, a real one. I never see country where be like that for my life. I never see. They do not care. Don't care. Don't give a damn about the people. Don't care one bit. I never see that kind of thing before for my life. Eh? Mm. Yeah. I want to play that video. I think they said there was an update apparently. There's an update apparently about this increase in salary that these people. So let me play that. So that's it. Let me. Recording. Sorry, guys. On momento. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now? Egbe. They deleted the beavers, Kene. They deleted the beavers. They delete them to cover up their ojoro, their mago. Yes, so Dr. Paul, we go nowhere. Facts, we go nowhere. We pin here. I'm telling you, I'm more fired up than I was before the election. Of course, there were low moments for me. Absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't feel this way? Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't feel sad that the country you were born in and raised in, you grew up with wonderful people, eh? A group of people like or 6 or 5 of them. Okay, they're too much, maybe like 100. Just won't come, just run and rob. When we say country, where how many tribes? Full. I beg go. Can't happen now. We shouldn't even let it happen.
It's now time to take a look at news stories making headlines around the globe. The Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission is initiating a 114% upward review of the basic salaries of public office holders, including the president, vice president, governors, and other elected political officers, pending presidential approval. But this basic salary review has led to heated debates from a section of the public who feel that the remuneration package for political office holders is unfair and insensitive in the face of the current economic realities. Our correspondent, Benga Ashiru, tells us more.
With the nation still at a gripping point after the withdrawal of the fuel subsidy, analysts say the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission's approved review of political office holders' annual basic salary by 114% completely defies the overriding need to reduce the cost of governance. The RMAFC is saddled with the responsibility of determining the remuneration that's appropriate for political office holders, including the president, vice president, governors, deputy governors, ministers, commissioners, special advisors, legislators, and the holders of the offices as mentioned in Section 84 and 124 of this Constitution. On the flip side, some have argued that the review of the political office holders' remuneration is long overdue, with the last implementation done in 2008. But this proposal seems somewhat disturbing for the optics, as some argue that the take-home allowances and perks of the political office holders is too outrageous compared to the national minimum wage. Meanwhile, controversies have been trailing the announcement of the review of the public office holders' remuneration. Arise News got in touch with the chairman RMAFC, Mr. Sheil Mohammed, who explained that the commission is only reviewing the annual basic salary, which was last reviewed 15 years ago.
I don't think the National Assembly and senators earn an outrageous amount of money. I've said this publicly. The salary of a senator or member of House of Reps is about, senator is about $1 million. $1 million.
Are you talking about the basic salary or the total package?
Basic salary and allowances. However, there is what they call operating funds, for running the office. If you are elected senator representing Lagos West, for instance, you have to have a constituency office. I don't know how many in your state. You have to hire some people to man that office. You have to have equipments, computers and others, and depending upon the size of your constituency. Now, in other societies, that has nothing to do with the senator. There is already a structure whereby the system takes care of all those things and provided is still cost of governance. But here, from what I understand the National Assembly did, they monetize this and they give the senator that amount of money, and at the end of the year, I think he retires it by bringing receipts and other things. So Nigerians can advocate for take your basic salary and take your allowances, but leave the issue of constituency offices, workers in the constituency offices, equipments and others, leave it to the structure of the system.
For others, they feel it's time the federal government adopted the Steve Oronsoy's report on the need to merge some agencies like the National Wages and Salary Commission and the RMEFC that have duplicate functions just like many other agencies of government. While the Bola Tinubu-led federal government has promised to look into the review of the national minimum wage, it seems a desperate situation for public servants who appears to be on the receiving end of the bargain, especially with the current economic realities. Benga Ashiru, Arise News.
Take one.
My name is Andre Jean-Pierre. I live in Lakewood, California.
Well, Rufai, just before I come to you for a comment, good morning, Doctor. Always good to see you, even if it's just one day. But Rufai, go on, please.
You see, if we want to build a country, we build it with understanding of the challenges on ground. We build it for respect for people. We build it for the capacity to understand the times. The Holy Book talks about the sons of Issachar. And it says the sons of Issachar understood the times. This measure by the revenue mobilization is a lack of understanding of the times. You should go and learn from the sons of Issachar that understood the times. We know there are laws on ground. Don't get me wrong as regards review of this. We know there are laws on ground. We know it's been 17 years since they did this. We know you are supposed to review it. But with the hardship, you see, I'm not sure that government truly understands the hardship Nigerians are facing at this point in time. Do you know how many people have lost jobs? Maybe when we take our investigative cameras on the road and you start to see the blow-by-blow accounts on the economy of all these decisions taken thus far, we'll be able to have a feel of what is going on. Because this danger of a single story, that all these decisions have favored the rich. Oh, we've removed subsidy, yes. It's subsidizing the rich, which we know. But we forget the poor people that are left behind. I'm not sure they understand it. And that's why you're getting the reactions you're getting. Not at this time. I have always argued that people that go into government should go there to serve. And if they're not going there to serve, then what are they going there to do? To exploit the people? Let's be realistic. I understand all the arguments of revenue mobilization. Please don't get me wrong. I understand there's a need for periodic review.
Sorry, guys. I think I have to refresh. There's something prompting here on my side, so just bear with me for a few minutes. Can you guys hear me? All right, I'm back. All right, so thank you, Hope. I appreciate it. Welcome, Hope.
But at this time, when the country is at an all-time low, There's so much poverty in the land. Desperate time call for desperate measures. Anyway, I also know it's a recommendation.
Yes.
Because there was a recommendation put forward that is not been approved yet. Oh, please, Mr. President, if you don't want to lose your goodwill, don't even touch it. Don't even listen to it in the first place. I beg.
Okay. Let's look at allocation and fiscal commission. They claim that the last time there was a review in the salaries of judicial and public office holders was in 2007, 16 years ago. And that in line with paragraph 32D of part 1 of the third schedule to the 1999 Constitution, and sections 84 and 124 of the same Constitution, empowering the RMAFC to conduct periodic review of salaries of judicial and public office holders, that, now they think they should act. And they are recommending 114% salary increase. They also put the point out that what they have done is to increase basic salary, not allowances. But you know that the allowances are a percentage of basic salary. So say what we have tried to recommend for increases basic salary, not allowances, is an unintelligent argument because the two go together, pari passu, as it were.
Yours. Win back your competitive edge.
Now, so if they are defending the law, the people of Nigeria have also reacted. Specifically, reactions from ASU, reactions from organized labor. And both groups are saying that this is insensitive, this is provocative. ASU says, we've been asking for better conditions of service, nobody has listened. Labor says, you have just removed fuel subsidy. Nigerians are suffering. Labor is asking for minimum wage. Nobody is talking about minimum wage. The last meeting didn't yield any result. The meeting has been postponed till Monday. A court order has reinforced an existing order that labor must keep quiet. And then in the midst of all of that, RAMC comes forward and says, we want to recommend better salaries for judicial officers and public officers. So the reaction to this would seem to be understandable, because what the RMAFC is saying is that there will be increase in payment of salaries, right? So it will be bigger government. It will be bigger expenditure. At a time, Nigerians are saying that we need to place greater emphasis on service rather than reward, rather than remuneration, particularly for public officers. They are going to increase salary and allowances for president, vice president, governors, deputy governors, and board members who will be majorly members of APC. Nobody is talking about, in fact, the conversation is no longer about palliatives. It's about better privileges and benefits for public office holders. So the public angst that has attended this will seem to be understandable in every measure. The only caveat here is that this would have to be endorsed. There has to be an executive bill at the federal level for affected federal officers and the FCT. And at the state and local government level, there has to be a state executive bill to ratify this and for the president to give assent in line with the provisions in the Constitution as quoted earlier in brief. However, our advice is that the legislature, either at the federal level or at the state level, should not be tempted to provoke Nigerians to engage in the insensitive act of including privileges and benefits for public office holders at a time when people can no longer buy airline tickets, at a time when people can no longer buy diesel, at a time when some people have resorted to trekking marathons One of these days, a Nigerian will say he wants to enter Guinness World Record. Now that is a special attraction by trekking from Nigeria to Egypt. So public office holders should not protect themselves and say that serving the Nigerian people will amount to special benefits, privileges, enjoyment for them. Government is made for the people. It's not that the people are made for government so that people will suffer, government officials will be enjoying. This is the bottom line. And President Tinubu himself should never be tempted. Should some misguided people go ahead and present an executive bill, he should never sign that bill increasing salaries into law. In fact, what we Nigerians are asking for, the reasonable people of Nigeria are asking for, is that government officials should take salary cuts. In fact, some of them should volunteer not to collect salary or benefits.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, Doctor, the word is provocative. It is provocative, and you would see from the reactions of a section of Nigerians responding to this announcement, particularly at a time like this. Remember that we haven't yet gotten a concrete direction with regards to palliatives for the most vulnerable following the removal of fuel subsidy. Yes, the argument can be made that the RMFC were acting in line with their duties and that these conversations had actually started before the President Tinubu administration. In fact, the chairman of the RMAFC, Mr. Shehu Mohammed, had said that in February, they had held consultations, they had had meetings to determine what the remuneration of public office holders should be. So they are saying that before fuel subsidy removal, this conversation had been on the table, and this announcement now is based on previous consultations. However, just as has been said, ill timing, and it also demonstrates that perhaps the people at the helms of affairs are not in touch with the sufferings of the everyday man or the realities perhaps of the everyday Nigerian. Hence, an announcement like this would be made without respect for what is going on in the nation at the moment. Yes, the salaries haven't been reviewed since 2007. It also begs the question that the allowances, which largely, except obviously for using the Freedom of Information Act to obtain the information of how much allowances are given, is shrouded in secrecy and must be so, sufficient that public office holders haven't seen the need largely to ask for an increase in 16 years. It means that the basic salary is probably negligible, such that the allowances they receive, constituency, project allowances they receive, is enough to fund their lifestyle. And so we should actually take this opportunity to center in on that. How much are they earning in terms of their housing allowances, their sitting allowance, and the other perks that come with the job? It has been said again and again, make governance less attractive. Perhaps it would address the issue of corruption or politics being a do or die affair. Please, what we're looking forward to hearing in terms of announcement is what the plan of the government is for the ordinary Nigerian to cushion the effect of current economic realities. Moving on to other stories, the Acting Inspector General of Police, IGP Egbetokun Olukaede, has assumed duty at the force headquarters in Abuja with a firm resolve to reform the force. Acting IGP Egbetokun, who was appointed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, takes over officially following a ceremonial handing over of leadership. The new IGP, who is
I'm not interested in that, in this whole crap. I really am not. There's another video I want to show. Before I come to you, BB of Life, welcome. Oh, thank you. I want to play a video before I come to you. And thank you so much, Charity, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. You guys don't understand. This super chat, now they keep me going, though. Charity, thank you so much. Overflow for you, man. All my super chatters, overflow. Thank you so much. Because YouTube, man, sensitive on all levels. Every day they keep coming up with new things, So it means a lot. Thank you so much. Let me play this.
The Revenue Mobilization Allocation Fiscal Commission is initiating 114% upward review of basic salaries of public office holders, including the president, vice president, governors, and other elected officials pending presidential approval. But the basic salary review has led to heated debates from a section of the public who feel the remuneration package for political office holders is unfair and insensitive in the face of current economic realities. The RMAFC chairman, Muhammad Shehu, said the move was in line with the provision of paragraph 2D of Part 1 of the third schedule of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic as amended. Shehu said the last review of the remuneration was carried out in 2007, which culminated into, quote, certain political, public, and judicial officers holder salary and allowances Amendment Act 2008. Our correspondent, Bega Shiru, tells us more.
With the nation still at a gripping point after the withdrawal of the fuel subsidy, analysts say the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission's approved review of political office holders' annual basic salary by 114% completely defies the overriding need to reduce the cost of governance. The RMAFC is saddled with the responsibility of determining the remuneration that's appropriate for political office holders, including the president, vice president, governors, deputy governors, ministers, commissioners, special advisors, legislators, and the holders of the offices as mentioned in Section 84 and 124 of this Constitution. On the flip side, some have argued that the review of the political office holders' remuneration is long overdue, with the last implementation done in 2008. But this proposal seems somewhat disturbing for the optics, as some argue that the take-home allowances and perks of the political office holders is too outrageous compared to the national minimum wage. Meanwhile, controversies have been trailing the announcement of the review of the public office holders' remuneration. Arise News got in touch with the chairman RMAFC, Mr. Shehu Mohammed, who explained that the commission is only reviewing the annual basic salary, which was last reviewed 15 years ago.
I don't think the National Assembly and senators earn an outrageous amount of money. I've said this publicly. The salary of a senator or member of House of Reps is about, senator is about $1 million. $1 million
Are
a
you
little
talking about
bit.
the basic salary or the total package?
Basic salary and allowances. However, there is what they call operating funds, for running the office. If you are elected senator representing Lagos West, for instance.
Government and Labour meeting on new wage still ongoing. Nigerian workers are wondering if Labour will not ask for more. Joining us now to discuss the latest development amid Tinubu's effort to revive Nigeria's economy is Dele Farotimi, a lawyer, and in our Abuja studio is Awal Musa Rafsanjani, Executive Director at Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, CISLA. It's great to have you both on the show. Let's go straight to it. I mean, what's your reaction to this recommendation, as it is, because it's not gotten approval yet, and we must insist on that? What's your reaction to this?
Well, there is a proverb that I've been heard used on past occasions, and it's the one that says that the diarrhea of the monkey is not the business of the baboon. And there is nowhere where this comes home better than in the Nigerian space. A government says that it has removed fuel subsidy. The price of fuel increases by about 300%. Not a dime has been added to the salary of public sector workers. Nothing has been done to offer any sort of palliatives to the people. The Revenue Mobilization Committee, the gentleman that just spoke, is doing what he is statutorily empowered to do. But in the midst of all of these, we must look at the optics. The people are being told to offer more and more sacrifices, but those who purport to rule us continue to enjoy perks that we are not even allowed to know. The gentleman who just spoke now makes clear that what he is doing is what he's statutorily asked to do, fix allowances, and from what he said, only about ₦1 million or thereabout is meant to be going to the senator. But of course, we all know, because we don't know, and we are asked to fill in the gap because of the opaqueness of the finances of the Nigerian government, and particularly the legislators. Nobody knows exactly what is being taken home at the end of the day, but we do know that with alacrity, the system has responded and is about to increase the emoluments of these men by 114%. Question is, how long will the people continue to support a system that obviously does not feel the pain of their affliction, does not care in any way, shape, or form for their welfare, but increasingly ensures that those who are meant to sacrifice and rule and lead are the ones who are kept in comfort and in luxury? At the end of the day, it's up to the people, but I believe that this is not good. It's not good optics at all, not in this season. It's very bad.
Mr. Rafsanjani, what's your take on this? Does it make this fight and people suffering, for a better Nigeria, does it make it worth the while, really? When you hear things like this?
Well, actually, what I expected them to do is to reverse it, the other way around, is to actually cut down more on the salaries and allowances of the political office holders. This is because when you look at the economy, we cannot afford to be borrowing money to pay these flamboyant jumbo salary and allowances. We all know, and that is why you see the intensity of political violence in this country is in the increase, because people know that when they kill, when they prostrate electoral transparency, they get in there, or they even procure and buy the appointment, they will be getting this kind of lucrative money and privileges. Look, it's not only this money thing. There are other privileges that they have, like all of them. Before you know, they will all get plot of land in Abuja. It doesn't matter whether they have gotten before as a senator or as a House of Rep member or as minister or as a DG. They will still get under this arrangement, because every 4 years you have new set of lucrative benefits that come to the political office holders. So it's not just the salary that they are getting. And you remember, many of them, they have enacted very ridiculous law that makes them to be perpetually collecting pension and gratuity. So you serve for 4 years or for maximum of 8 years as a governor, and you legislate a law to be collecting permanent pension and gratuity, including changing of cars, including medical trip to abroad, including taking care of your concubines. I mean, this is not absolutely operationable. This is absolutely not affordable, because the economy cannot afford that. Secondly, you are going to widen the inequality in the society. One has to say, pay us reasonable amount to survive as lecturers. You pick hole, you attack them, you blackmail them, you abuse them. One medical doctor say, please improve our condition of service. You will tell them they should leave the country or they should leave the work. One security, people who are supposed to be taken care of, when they demand for improved in service condition, you punish them and, in fact, take harsh decision on them. But politician, the only credential you have is to find yourself as either House of Rep member, or as a senator, or as a political appointee, or as a local government chairman, or as president or vice president or minister. You have an unfiltered access to public resources without reflecting the fact that a lot of people, a lot of states cannot even afford to meet the 30,000 minimum wage. And that is why some states have left, workers without salary for 6 months, for 1 year. The case of Benue is in mind. The governor Otum left huge, debt for the state, without clearing the salaries of workers there. But the political appointees of his, state, and Wike, and all of them, almost 90, the entire 39, the entire governors in the whole countries, they have done the same thing. They have not only perpetuated legal framework to be getting this money, but they have also squandered and pack a lot of things that are meant for the public. So I think it is important, even though the revenue mobilization, they have the mandate to review. The review may not necessarily go up. It can also go down, because if the citizens are told to make sacrifice, they are told to bear the hardship created by the same political elite. I wonder why the elite, where is their own sacrifice? Where is the sacrifice of this political elite? Can they, if they are all well to do, I mean, they have something doing before they come to politics, why can't they make that contribution to Nigeria to say, look, I have donated my own salary, or I am going to make sure that I do X, Y, Z. But you don't see that. What you see is increase in terms of scrambling the national resources. They do it through many ways. They either grab the contract, which government does not follow due process because we have public procurement law and it's not to be respected. You have beneficial ownership, register. You do not know who owns X, Y, Z, but they will be giving themselves tax waiver and tax holiday on top of all this, and they will grab the land in Abuja and leaving the Nigerians and even the original inhabitants, rendering them landless without where to stay. I think the injustice perpetuated by political class is enough.
Yes, we'll talk about the injustice. We're going to break it down a bit further. And thank you very much. It's interesting that you give the perspective that the RMAFC, in reviewing the salaries of political office holders, do not have to review up. They can actually review down. But in the Nigerian context, we've hardly seen a review downward, except as with the previous immediate past president and vice president who voluntarily chose to take a wage slash, a basic wage slash. But let me come back to the studio, and then this question will also be posed to you. Mr. Faritimi, in justification of the RMAFC's position, they've said that this decision wasn't made under this, or didn't start under this tenure. Now, if you recall, in February, they had a one-day retreat where they had zonal consultations with regards to the salary review. And also, in their defense, this review hasn't happened since 2007, 16 years ago. So in light of current realities, perhaps it is justified to also consider public office holders who are also Nigerians. And bear in mind that they don't have anything to do with the minimum wage. They don't determine that. This is their own remit, and they are working according to their own remit. What would you have to say about that? And then to Mr. Rasfanjani, I'd like to ask you, talking about a minimum wage, Labour has asked at the negotiation table for a review upwards of the minimum wage to 200,000 naira. Of course, this has been met with a lot of skepticism, and analysis. However, since the public office holders, or according to RMAFC, they're recommending a 114% increase, do you think Labour would then be justified to push for their own increment, in line with this? Maybe 200,000 is even too low. Maybe we should start to look at a bit more reflective of our society. Let me come to you, Mr. Faritimi, first of all.
Well, I think the first thing we need to understand is this. What is the purpose of government? If the purpose of government is the welfare of the people, who you would ordinarily refer to as citizens, then none of these really makes sense. If the purpose of government is to serve the people, we shouldn't be wondering exactly how much our legislators, whether that be the House of Reps or any public officer for that matter, we should not be wondering exactly how much they are earning. The level of covering, the complete darkness as to how much is the take-home pay of a public official, especially an elected one, speaks to the kind of society we have built, what sort of politicians, quote and unquote, we have evolved, who do not even feel the affliction of the people. I would imagine that they themselves should feel scandalized in this moment. I am not speaking to the legal correctness of what has been done, but it should concern us that in this moment where people are being taken into multifaceted level of poverty, they can hardly feed, they have no access to health care, good roads have become non-existent, people can barely travel from one point to the other. The last thing we should be discussing is anything that suggests an upward review of any sort of reward for those who have brought us here. So yes, this government did not start this. Legal or illegal, I'm not going to talk to that, but this regime is not responsible for this. But the people in the last regime and the people in this regime, government is a continuum.
Thank you.
The APC has ruined this country consistently for the last 8 years. This is the 9th of those years. So even though it might have blamed its twin brother, the PDP, for the preceding 16 years, it has to own the last 8 years. And no matter how you dice this, at the end of the day, when you look at where we are as a people 8 years ago and where we are today, is a world apart. Our world is practically falling apart, and these are the people responsible. No matter how much they want to dice this, they are responsible. For anyone to even now think that it's a good idea to be talking about an increment of any sort in the emolument of persons whose emoluments are already opaque enough is sickening to even comprehend. So we might want to look at it as an isolated issue, but we will be wrong. It should be looked at more as an issue that concerns the entirety of the society itself. What kind of society, what kind of people think it is all right to be talking about an upward review? These are people who should voluntarily on their own not only declare what it is that they are taking that we do not know, but even begin to talk about cutting the cost of governance drastically. So where we are today, that we are even discussing this like it's some sort of subject that should be discussed by rational beings, is suggestive of the level of putrefaction that are set into our society. It is not a subject we should be discussing at this time, in this situation. It shows the insensitivity of the ruling class, that we even consider something as sickening as this. This is not the time. This is not even about partisan politics again. It's about the humanity of the person you call a Nigerian. How in the world do you go about the business of even talking, not even suggesting it? There is even been...
All right, okay, so you use the word insensitive. ASUP have also described that as insensitive. Mr. Basfanjani, Labour have also said it's provocative. What's your take on this with regards to the ask of Labour following the fuel subsidy removal, that the minimum wage for Nigerian workers to be 200,000 naira in light of this recent development?
You know, the political class or the ruling class in Nigeria, they are not ashamed to continue to perpetuate suffering on the ordinary Nigerians. They are happy. They always, they are always happy because they have their way. They package themselves in a manner that they will perpetually continue to emasculate public taxpayers' money, rewarding their inaction and action in this country. And that is why many of them will roll down policies and programs that only looked very self-centered policies, without caring the ordinary person. The other, the other leaders in the last regime, you've seen how they, maltreated or they handle issues of labor, issues of ASU. In fact, they were mocking and even abusing ASU for demanding an improved condition of service and education generally. But because they have packaged themselves, many of them, they have packaged their children abroad using public taxpayers' money. They have taken care of, even when they have malaria, they will carry business class or first class and go abroad with public taxpayers' money. So they don't really care. And that is why the chaos, that is why the inequality is increasing. And it is important that the Bola Tinubu administration understand.
I'm sorry, who is this guy? I don't know him. Who knows him? Oh, wow. Who knew? Anybody know the man? Who the man be? An education man. Now, which kind, wait till be position? You don't get government before? Or?
I don't know. I think I saw something under his name, like executive something.
Let me see.
I've never seen him before, so it's
it's my first time of hearing him.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Rafsanjani.
Hmm.
Let
But
me,
his man, he's spilling so much beans.
yeah, yeah. This is the first time he feels he's talking from a place of pain as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like he feels the pain. I'm gonna Google him. Let's continue.
This sensitive issue to, even though it's being proposed, to actually tell the revenue mobilization to say, look, at this material time, it will be difficult for us to approve this. So I am calling on the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the interest on peace, stability, and also fairness and justice. They should forget about this increase of these political appointee and elected official salaries. If the political class had been very serious about this country, they would have made conditions for us to have industries, manufacturing that will make Nigerians to be more productive, more useful, and the nation will get more income. And with a lot of job coming from the private sector, you do not need to worry yourself much about this. But because they have connived to kill, the instrument that will enable us to have more vibrant factories and manufacturing, they have killed everything. And that is why you see a lot of Nigerians have no job. They have been pushed to do so many dirty jobs that they are not supposed to go. When you go abroad, many Nigerians who have masters, they have been reduced to doing domestic work. Many, of course, other Nigerians, they also manage to find better job there. But out there, when you go, you see a lot of competent, qualified Nigerians that are supposed to be contributing to our nation, but they are being pushed out of frustration. They are being pushed out of this country to go and do job just for them to survive. I think it is important that elite in this country understand that the only way this democracy can be durable and survive is when they do the right thing, and when they do the fairness, and when they do the right policies and legal framework, and implemented them in a manner that can get Nigerians out of this misery of poverty, misery of insecurity, which they have also created. Because when they steal the resources that is meant for security and safety, including supporting or giving adequate resources for the personnel in the security sector, they are creating conditions for Nigerians to be hopeless and not even have confidence in their country. Therefore, I am calling on President Ahmed Bola Tinubu not to approve this proposal, because Nigeria cannot be a perpetual debt collector. Last regime of Buhari had, made useless of this country by every time going to go and borrow money, and not even in accordance with the fiscal responsibility law. So therefore, we cannot come back now again and start borrowing to pay people who are already overpaid. Because as far as I'm concerned, if you look at some of the governors in the National Assembly, they have already legislated permanent pension and gratuity for themselves. And many of them, the sovereign package they even collect is enough to pay workers for many years. I think we need to be fair and need to be just, and we should consider leadership as a trust. We cannot just use political appointment or political opportunity that the elite have to be only looking for yourself and leaving the millions of Nigerians in misery, poverty, hunger, and starvation. I think God will even ask them why this thing. Definitely, God will interrogate this kind of thing. If they think Nigerians should not, interrogate, I think many Nigerians believe in the hereafter. Many Nigerians believe in God. They should always put God and pity and mercy Nigerians who cannot afford ordinary medication in hospital. The services are not there. In other places where you have this kind of thing, you will see so many things functioning. Minimum wage in Nigeria cannot be paid by many states in this country. And now when you look at the reality, what will, for example, even 100,000 do you? You pay house rent from there. You pay hospital. You pay children's school fees. You pay, the food that you consume. You do a lot of things. You close yourself. All with this is the reason why even the corruption itself is being promoted as a result of, imbalances in the incomes and productivity. Let the government ensure more productivity in the social sectors and services, and let people earn legitimate income that can take care of them. not to come and create, opportunity for more political violence in this country, and for people to be paying to get appointment, because they are paid to buy appointment.
Land about.
I was just telling you that your point was already well made. You were beginning to say the same thing over and over again. Now, quickly, let me start with you, Dele Farotimi. 2 quick things for you. The first is, will it have made a difference if this proposal by the RMAFC is only for judicial officers? Because originally, when this whole debate started, it was meant only for judicial officers. In fact, it was a proposal by the NBA. But now the RMAFC, responding to it, has added public office holders to it. Will it have been, will your reaction have been different if it was just judicial officers, who, as we know, are victims of poor welfare, poor conditions of service, and all of that? And then, of course, you are a Labour Party man, to take the thing beyond the RMAFC. Do you still have hope, with the momentum that Tinubu has generated, that anything magical will happen to displace him or to change anything in any way? I mean, you are a student of real politics. And then, Rasanjani, let me come back to you. I mean, you are a civil society person. Just a general comment on how the Tinubu administration has been carrying on in terms of how we've seen one policy after another, suspension of the CBN governor, suspension of the EFCC, appointments.
Wait, did Farotimi decline to respond? Because I thought he directed the question to him. I think he declined. Right? He came to him, I was directing it, and then, I don't know, I think he declined to respond.
And now we are told that we are looking for foreign direct investments in France that will come almost immediately because of policies that are on the ground. Let's start with Dele Farotimi.
I am all for anything that guarantees the independence of the judiciary. I've had a lot to say about the judiciary. It's not the time to repeat any of that. But truth is that increasing the remuneration of any public officer, particularly those like the judicial officers who ordinarily shouldn't even be seen in public spaces, talk less of have additional places where they could augment their income. If we are saying they shouldn't be corrupt, then we must, of course, be willing to pay them living wages. I would have zero problem with paying judicial officers what I believe to be living wages. So if their remuneration were to have been increased in isolation to that of people whose actual remuneration are unknown to Nigerians, then I wouldn't have anything to say against that. I would only have asked that by the same token that judicial officers would have had their salaries and emoluments increased, people in the hospitals, people in schools, public officers, more or less civil servants, those who are not political office holders should equally enjoy the same benefit. When you now speak to the matter in court in passing, let me say this. The judiciary is meant to be the last hope of the common man. We are all here, and we were here in Nigeria on the 25th of February. The judiciary will be given adequate evidence of what transpired on that day. They also live in this society. It is up to them to decide how they wish to be remembered. I have already said, I have zero trust or hope in the Nigerian judiciary. I'm on record as having said that multiple times. But it is not for the Labour Party or any other party before the judiciary to hope that the judiciary will do the right thing. It is for them to put an abundance of evidence before the judiciary and before the world. And it is then for the judiciary to decide whether it is indeed the last hope of the common man or not. Now, to speak to the momentum being gathered by the Tinubu administration, quote and unquote, let me first of all remind us that unilaterally, without thought and without having made any preparation before or after, removing the subsidy, quote and unquote, on petrol is not momentum. Sectional appointments that tend to pander to ethnic basis and loyalty, those are not momentum. The truth has a way of catching up with all of us. Now, somebody has gone off to Spain to go and bring investors from the moon. Those are not momentums. Eventually, when the tire hits the road and people begin to understand just exactly how divorced from reality those who purport to rule Nigeria are, those who are already looking at situations and think that the only thing to be thinking about in this moment are increases in political office holders' salary, eventually, the people, whether they were APC members, PDP members, Labour Party members, when they find that when they get to the filling station, nobody demands their party affiliation. When they get to the market, nobody is asking whether Yachinedu is paying more or less than the other. The commonalities of their afflictions will become obvious to them. And they should by then begin to understand that this is not about ethnicity. It's not about political affiliation even. It is about the common good and the common interest. Those who care about common good focuses on what is best for all, not on what is good for a section. Any young Nigerian below the age of 30 that you recruit in a job in Nigeria today is already processing some visa or the other out of Nigeria. They're running away. So what hope is being renewed? Momentum will soon find momentum, and we'll know whether it's mentholatum or aboniki.
Okay, well, you know, your point about judiciary not being the last hope of the common man. Only yesterday at a forum, Femi Falana SAN, in fact, said the judiciary is now the last hope of the Nigerian bourgeoisie.
Oh, well.
You seem to agree with him. Rasanjani, well, let's come back to you. Your quick take on how the Tinubu administration has been faring. Is it gaining momentum or not?
No, to be honest to you, what Tinubu has done is what other president will always do. First, what they perceive as their enemy, they will get rid of them. Secondly, they will bring in those who they believe they can work with. So that's what we have seen so far. But in terms of concrete policy that can, attract foreign investors, in terms of concrete policies that can begin to deal with issues that affect governance, the government has not yet rolled down those things. And, you can't even roll down some of these policies without public consultation or without at least public input. So I believe it is still too early to begin to assess the government because we haven't seen any policy, put in place dealing with issues of economy drastically, issues, that will deal with the issue of insecurity, issues that will deal with issues of the corruption, of course, issues that will deal with, addressing justice system reform. All these are yet to be put in place. So hopefully, Tinubu is working on them, and we wait to see when those things are put in place to see whether they are going to meet with the aspiration of Nigerians and also whether they will also meet with the expectation of the international community. But for now, what the Tinubu administration has done is simply to make sure that EFCC chair, who was investigating some of the President Tinubu friends, been asked to stay away. And then, of course, the CBN, governor, who was seen right from the beginning as a stumbling block to Tinubu realization of his presidential, aspiration for, creating confusion in the, in the monetary policy.
Well,
he also gets rid of him. Of course, the appointment of the service chief is natural. They do that.
Thank you very much for your time this morning. Unfortunately, we are completely out of time, but we're really grateful for your insight on the conversation on the table this morning. And of course, Mr. Dele Farotimi as well. Thank you.
So, BBO.
I really don't understand why they invite people to come for interviews if you did not make adequate time for it. I think I have a little bit. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. I think I have a little bit of understanding of TV, of how the TV works, and most of the time you cushion in things and you borrow times plus and minus. So if you were going to have commercials, of course you need to play those commercials. So what happens is you may start the beginning of the commercial but not end it, or you may allow the person to speak a little bit more and then just throw in the commercial. It won't start from the beginning, but at least it'll be end. But you have to cushion in time, and then you have an agreement with the person you're bringing in that, look, this is the block of time we have for this interview. The questions are going to be hard hitting, so please, make it topical. Don't go deep into it. Or we have enough time for you to explain as much. Or the person asking the questions you would get to, don't throw deep questions that will bring deep answers. Because whatever, just like Dati Baba Ahmed said, like Sean, if you are not ready for this interview, why did you ask me those questions? So if you're asking things and you want the honest truth, be prepared to hear the honest truth. Don't dilly-dally around it, which is what, and then I don't know what that man Abati, as far as I'm concerned, he is so rude because he's always cutting people off. People will be making their point and he just like, oh, okay, your time is up. That is why you are in front of the monitors. You have a producer behind the scene by the camera that is going to be waving flag and giving you time and giving you. There's so many ways than for you to just cut people off. Aye. It's upsetting. It's upsetting to see. And then when you have somebody like that wants to come and spill so much beans and they're enjoying it, then halfway, they will just cut him short. It makes no sense. But man, I think today, right from the court session, today has been a good day. Oh, and then going to violence space and hearing more things. Oh, Agbado people, eka leo, eku ileo, eka bo. Let me give you news. 60% of Lagos belongs to Lebanese. The other 40 goes to China. So all the Yoruba Ronu, Eku Ishe Eti Ronu Dada. Oh boy, it has been an interesting ride. Oh my goodness. Somebody should please produce a season film from Nigeria because they need it. It is crazy.
I'm sure it's coming up. I'm sure
it is crazy. Look, it will sell very well in the cinemas around the world. And kudos to whoever the producer will be, because that will be one blockbuster movie. It has been an interesting thing from the wonderful lawyers. At this point in time, I'm beginning to think, is there a need for a law school in Nigeria?
There's no need, though. They should shut it down.
Because apparently, whatever they taught them is either they have amnesia or they are not updating their classes, or immediately they get in front of the judge, they forget everything they learned. I really don't get it. Where the witness now becomes the lawyer asking questions. I do not understand. I mean, I don't know everything, but my goodness, I do not want to be exposed like that in the court of law. When one guy on the violence space, no, not on the violence space, on the petition here in the 1 million match crew I was listening to, said he puts his phone, he attached it to a speaker so that everybody around his area will hear the court proceedings. Can you imagine that? And there are every Nigerian that I know, including the ones that do not want to admit it to themselves, they're all interested in this case and they're all listening. And they're making a bala blue and bulaba of themselves in the courts. Amazing. Just amazing. I don't know what else to say on my
How was it? What was, because I really didn't have time today to catch up with. Apparently there was a star witness, right?
Yes, there was a star witness, but I didn't.
I found a video actually.
Hey, you remember that guy you always play that always says things.
gives a rundown. Yeah, I think I found something now that's talking about. Okay, let me pull up.
Yeah,
But
play that one. Play
I'm
that
gonna
one.
let Mr. One Love.
Mr. One Love, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening to you guys. Yeah, and PB, it's been a while. um, yeah, I just was just listening to you. It appears that um, basically the the guy on Arise TV, Abati, I don't know how to describe him. He's basically just there to run his mouth, get paid, and go home. He doesn't. I mean, it all started from this basic thing that we're talking about. You were talking about the lawyers. It goes down to every sectors of our education in Nigeria. Everything is messed up. The same thing goes to you know, the physicians, how they are trained. The same thing goes to these lawyers. A lawyer cannot even display himself in the courtroom properly. The same thing goes to the journalist. And now we have a system that wants to be regulated by Muslims, corrupt Christianity, regulate our primary basic education. Everything has been messed up. But I believe things are going to change. I just want to say that for now. Thank you, guys.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. One Love. Let me just go ahead and play the video. Guys, please can you get the lights up? Please, I beg, wanna get the lights up. Oh, Biko, so that other people can see too.
Today's proceedings at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal seems like it will be an intense field cross-examination of Labour Party star witness who adopted his statement yesterday. You can see all the boxes of evidence from Labour Party. Wow. The witness, being a cybersecurity expert, might give an oral testimony that will link all these documents. Today will be hot. As usual, you can see the legal representatives of different parties on the screen. Now the judges are filing into the courtroom and Levi SAN is up on his feet to introduce Ikweto SAN to take charge of proceedings. The witness has stepped out and he's just been reminded that he's still under oath. The INEC counsel is stepping out to cross-examine him. He begins by asking the witness, "Doctor, you're a very experienced cybersecurity and risk expert. Yes, because of that, you will be reasonably familiar with the cybersecurity situation in Nigeria. I will appreciate if you are exact. If there's a problem, you'll be familiar with that. It depends. On paragraph 9, you talked about ISO 27001 standard. Yes, that ISO certification is not statutory requirement for organizations like INEC. You are wrong. Is it statutory? Yes, it is. Under what law? It's under the guidelines and regulations under any ICT standard organization. It is not statutory. It is statutory, maintain the witness. Under which law? Under the NITDA Act. The minimum requirement is ISO. Do you know the section that makes it compulsory? I don't. But what is in my paragraph 8 is the exact copy of the law in that act. When were you instructed by Labour Party to carry out this survey? March 10th. Before you started your investigation, you read the petition as well as the reply. You are wrong. Are you suggesting to the court that you completed your work before you read the petition and the reply? That's incorrect. I read it at the point of my final report. In paragraph 18 of your witness statement, you referred to the INEC publication. You did not speak to anybody before the report was completed. I did not. In paragraph 19 of witness statement, you talked about testing of an application before it was deployed. That's correct. I suggest to you that errors can be discovered at the time of testing an application. That's correct. Sometimes some can be detected when the application is deployed. Your suggestion is not correct. Errors appear at time of testing and the probability of error arising is very small. It is not impossible for errors to appear. In paragraph 22 and 23, you referred to metadata of IREF portal in relation to 3 polling units. I used 3 polling units to show the metadata. Your point in paragraph 22 and 23 is that the metadata showed some errors. I didn't suggest errors. I proved fact. In respect of the 3 polling units, did you examine the physical forms EC8A? I did not have to. You can't tell also if the results of those 3 forms EC8A were properly collated or not. That's not for me to do. I only presented facts. I didn't see the collation. I cannot answer to that. All you did was on your computer. Yes, you're familiar with Amazon Web Services, a bit familiar. The AWS security model is a shared model between AWS and the client. You are correct this time. That means AWS guarantees the security of its infrastructure. If you are speaking to that component, then yes, there are 3 components: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Availability is the responsibility of AWS. You're familiar with CloudTrail? Yes. A CloudTrail on application deployed by INEC will tell the availability of INEC infrastructure. That's correct. Now the INEC counsel moves closer to the witness to show him a document. Is there anything there about electronic collation system? Yes, it is inferred, responded the witness. That will be all, my lord. Now it's the turn of Tinubu's counsel to question the witness, and he's already up with the mic. In paragraph 15, 16, and 18 of your witness statement, you reproduce what INEC gave in its reply to the petition, and you gave your opinion to the replies. Was it part of your brief to help Labour Party give a reply? I'm a subject matter expert. The paragraphs speak to details of my expertise. Not satisfied with the answer, the INEC counsel repeats the question. They didn't ask for that, and I can't recall that conversation ever happening, the witness clarified. Did you physically inspect any of the Beavers machines? No, I didn't. Did you, as a person, interrogate Festus Okoye regarding this document? I did not. In paragraph 23, you refer to a local government area in Bauchi State. That's correct. Are you aware that PDP won in that local government area in the election? I'm not aware. In paragraph 24, you referred to Anambra State. Are you aware that Labour Party won in that local government area you referred to? And also the state with over 95%. This party is the party that brought you here. I'm not aware. I'm not biased. I only gave expert services. I didn't say you are biased. Are you aware of the fact that Labour Party won states in the presidential election with over 6 million votes? I'm not aware of that. You mentioned metadata. Tell my lords the meaning of the compound word. I explained it in my statement. Please say it out now. It describes information of actual data. In paragraph 24, the exhibit you attached is made up of 11 pages. Let me count. And the witness goes on to count slowly until he reached 11. He said, "You are wrong. It extends more than 11. Oh, how many is it then? It took the witness a bit of time to finish counting, and he said there are 23 pages. You've given information in those 23 pages which are coded. What do you mean by coded? The witness asked. The information you supplied in these pages, are they decrypted? Yes. Tell my lords what decryption means. Okay, give me time. No, explain now. I'm trying to think of a simpler term. It means the act of opening what is encrypted to be readable, and what is contained there is readable. You also supplied some links in paragraph 23, 24, 26, and 27. That's correct. You want this honorable court to go and browse and access the links to download the information by themselves? No, I'm willing to explain, but before he could finish, Tinubu's counsel cut him off and was about to say something, but the LP counsel is already jumping to the defense of his witness. He said he wants to explain. I'm on my feet, sit down. I don't need his explanation. Tinubu's counsel fired back. I said I want to explain. I didn't say no, the witness continued. I said I don't need your explanation, Tinubu's counsel shouted back at the witness. The LP counsel comes in again. Why did you ask him the question then? You are making me shout. Don't annoy me. I said I don't need his explanation. He continues his cross-examination. Do you know you have 10,017 characters in your statement? I don't need to know. Oh, you don't need to know? Yes. My lord, he said he doesn't need to know that his entire characters are decrypted. That is not what I said. In your statement, you made reference to Bauchi, Anambra, and Rivers. My witness statements included a lot, so you are not right. Your witness statement says it. Then show me where I said so in my statement. In page 8 to 11 of your metadata submissions, which shows Benue State, but you didn't refer to it in your statement. That is not true. Did you refer to Benue State? There's Benue, but not just Benue. Other states are listed. In paragraph 24 in your statement, in polling unit Umweze Primary School 1 in the local government area you listed, Labour Party scored 117 votes and APC scored 0. I'm not aware because it doesn't touch my expertise. Thank you. Witness, have a good day. Oh, I will. You too. Tinubu's council bows out. It's now the turn of APC and their council begins by asking. There's always an agreement between authorities of AWS and customer. Yes, it's called service level agreement. This agreement will normally contain details of the terms and security features. If your security features means availability, then yes. The agreement on security are only known to the parties and they can unlock it at any time. I'm afraid that's incorrect. But the agreement is known only to the parties. The service level agreement is public, so you choose the one you want. They do not display it in public. In your witness statement on oath, you attached 12 polling unit results. Yes, attached to Exhibit A. How many of you were involved in this enormous work done? Just me. These 12 polling unit results, none of them were original from EC8A. They were downloaded from IREV. Yes, they are still there. You did not interact with any of the presiding officers who officiated in those polling units. No, I didn't. You did not see the hard copy of forms EC8A. I didn't have to. I didn't. They attached to your report, the fourth one. You said that was an incorrect upload. Yes, I did in my comments. In the process of uploading, when did you determine the incorrect image? I'm not sure. Who uploaded it? I don't know who, but it came from the Beavers, and I know which Beavers machine uploaded it. And it's described here on the watermark. I stated it. Have you found out the correct result for that polling unit? No, I didn't have to. Answer me, the APC council insisted. It is self-explanatory. I didn't have to. Does that result exist? I wouldn't know. You also did not interrogate INEC on that result or anyone attached to your report. I did not interrogate INEC, but I interrogated INEC manual. This prof. Please answer me. You did not interrogate any official? No. Did you ask those who contracted you, Labour Party, for the results? I didn't. You also did not interrogate the AWS? In some ways, I did because I interrogated their server and it gave me this, a picture of a book instead of a result. Did you interrogate anyone from AWS? I interrogated the server of AWS. Did you interrogate any staff of AWS? I interrogated the server of AWS, which is superior. Where is the report? It is there. I stated about the metadata too. Where in your statement did you interrogate this AWS? If my laws will allow me, I can demonstrate it in court. No. Where is it in your statement? It's on paragraph 24. If you can help me read it. Read it. See, brilliant star witness is now the one questioning his cross-examiner. Anyway, he goes on to read it. After reading, he asks the APC council, what else do you want? This put everyone in hysterics, including the judges. The APC council continues. You came here thinking we don't know what we are doing. Are you aware there's over 170,000 polling units in Nigeria? Actually, 178,846. Another round of laughter, and this time people were shaking in their seats, even the judges. The APC council gives up. I'm angry. I'm not asking you any questions again. That would be more appreciated, the witness replied. Wow. This is a brilliant performance by the professor. Imagine turning the tables on a cross-examiner to the extent that he gave up in humiliation. Impressive. Now the LP council is up to re-examine the witness. You mentioned some links. The witness was about to open his mouth and Olani Bekun is already shouting, no, you can't ask that. I need to ask. If my lord say no, that's fine. The presiding judge comes in. There's no need. His response was clear on the links. It's just a small question, my lord. The honorable judge wasn't taking it. But you said if I say no. Okay, my lord, no problem. Can I step down the witness? Yes. Okay, witness, thank you. Thank you, my lord. Wow, what an impressive performance by this prof. As the prof was leaving, another LP witness is already near the witness box. Tell the court your full name. The LP counsel begins. My name is Barrister Edet. The INEC counsel immediately jumps up. Objection, my lord. Mahmoud, please let them go on. The presiding judge waves at him. Okay, my lord, he responded. The LP counsel carries on with his examination. Thank you, my lord. Witness, what do you do? I am the Director of Legal Services, NITDA. You came here on subpoena. I received a subpoena this morning when I walked into my office. Do you have it here? No, I don't. Well, this is a copy. Look at it. Yes, this is what I got this morning. The LP Council moves on to tender the subpoena, and none of the respondents objected. He continues his examination. The subpoena commanded you to produce 3 documents. Where is it? I don't have it. The document sent by NITDA to INEC requesting payment. We don't have it in our office. What of the certificate of clearance issued by NITDA to INEC pursuant to the first document? We don't have that document. You don't have it? We don't. Okay, what about the report submitted by INEC to NITDA on request of beavers and electronic transmission? We don't have that document in our office to the best of my knowledge. You don't have it or it doesn't exist? We don't have it, sir. That will be all, my lord. The LP Council bows out. Now it's the turn of the INEC Council to cross-examine the witness, and he stands up to object. My lord, I object to this witness standing as a witness. It is unconstitutional.
Oh.
The presiding judge told him that the witness haven't said anything worthy of evaluation to warrant objection. He took another path. There's no statement for this witness. He cannot stand. The LP Council fired back at him. Mahmood, this witness is on subpoena, and he doesn't need that, please. You know the law. No problem, but I object, my lord. The court noted his objection, and Tinubu's lawyer stood up, pointing at a copy of the Electoral Act. My lord, according to paragraph 4, subsection 1, this witness cannot stand as a witness. I align with Mahmood on this. He cannot hold. Olanipekun, you are taking us back. We have said it. He's on subpoena. So ask the questions and let's move on. The presiding judge reprimanded him. Honorable Justice Ugo also adds his voice. There is no need for this back and forth. You heard what we told Mahmood, so you shouldn't bring this up again. Sorry, my lord. He apologized and went back to his seat. The APC counsel is now on his feet. My lord, I am sorry, but I need to also state my objection and my reasons for this witness. Any cross-examination? The presiding judge asked him. My lord, I'm stating my objection. Noted. Thank you. The LP Council moves on to capitalize. My lord, since they don't have any question or cross-examination, let me discharge the witness. We object to the witness. We didn't say we won't cross-examine. I know you very well. Tinubu's counsel shouted back at the LP Council. Okay then, cross-examine. The INEC Council didn't have questions for the witness, and Olanipeku made the move. Who is your boss in NITDA? He is Inuwa Abdullahi. You got this subpoena today? Yes. I suggest to you that you don't have the authority of your DG to be here. It was addressed to me personally. That's why I'm here. So you don't have the authority of your DG to be here? I don't understand your question. This infuriated Tinubu's counsel, and almost shouting, he rephrased the question. So you don't have the authority of your DG to be here? Give me evidence. I talked to him about the summons, and he said I should come here. So I don't know if that's what you're asking. You have NITDA Act of 2007. Yes. Have you read it? Yes. Is there any certification on the Act that refers to ISO 27001-2013? I put it to you that there's nothing like that. The Act does not contain cybersecurity standards. There's nothing in your Act that provides for communication between NITDA and INEC. Our Act doesn't mention any agency. That will be all, my lord. The APC Council is now up to cross-examine the witness. Your supervising ministry is Communications and Digital Economy. You are aware that the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy disclosed that there have been 16 million attempts to hack the INEC IT infrastructure. Yes, I'm aware. You are aware also that the minister said NITDA is the source of that information. Yes, I'm aware. You are aware that INEC is an independent body in conducting an election. Yes. That will be all, my lord. The APC Council bows out. Now the LP Council moves to call Yunusa Tanko, spokesperson of the PCC of Labour Party, P2B presidential campaign, to take the witness box. But the court will rise for 5 minutes. It seems that we will cut it here for today and bring you summary of his testimony in another video. This is to make sure that this video is uploaded quickly, because many people are saying that the videos do come late. Please express your opinion in the comments. Thanks for watching.
Wow. Interesting.
You now see why I was saying that today was a good day, Abby.
Oh my God, that witness was fiery, man.
Oh, you
Came
saw what
with the
he did.
sauce.
Look, this morning when I was listening to it, because I listened to it on Twitter, so they read it as it is happening. They get the as they get the information. They have somebody inside there that types. So many people on Twitter. I was just laughing because I'm like, oh my goodness, if it was possible for those APC people, the judges, I mean the lawyers, to skin the witness, they would have beaten him so well.
I'm telling you.
They would have beaten him somewhere. It was just a joke. Look at how they made a fool of themselves.
I'm
Look at them
telling
going
you.
back and forth with somebody that is a witness. I mean, it just tells you they have nothing to offer. Look, I don't know how else to say this. It's nice to enjoy this thing as it is fresh, because it's like how fresh food comes out of
Uh-huh.
the pot. It is sweet.
Wow. That was, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed the witness, those two witnesses,
And that
especially
last witness was the star witness for LP.
okay.
Yes, that was a star witness.
Yeah.
So, what I like was the confidence in which they spoke.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't bring someone that doesn't really know the back and forth, and possibly their attitude, because you see how sneaky they are. They object. If there was air in the courtroom, they would object to it. Somebody sneezes, they object to practically everything. It is beyond laughable. You don't even listen to the questions. Me going no go the law school self, I think the one that said that, wow, wetin dem teach on her.
They're not teaching clearly, those people not be
Hmm.
lawyer. They just bite their way through. It's such a sham. It's such a sham. We don't have anything. Education is gone. There's no profession in
There's
Nigeria.
none.
Forget it.
There's none.
Just go and hide yourself under the pillow somewhere.
Honestly.
There's no need.
Honestly.
If I were a lawyer right now, I'll be ashamed. I'll be
What
ashamed
are
to
you
call
saying?
myself to say
That is
I'm a
it.
lawyer.
I'm not going to even carry my mouth, go outside the country, go say I went to which school? Is it this one that we are? Because truth be told, I'm sure foreigners and other places are listening to this.
Of course, they're watching.
They are listening to this and wondering, if I be the Tinubu, I go fire all those APC.
Why not if I no get lawyer when go fit help
I
defend am?
go fire all of them. They don't sabi wetin they do.
Yeah, but they no even get get lawyer wey fit help am.
I
You no
don't
understand?
even
That's
pay
how
them.
bad it is. Even
So
if
you
you go
can
bring that lawyer
imagine.
wey go defend Donald Trump, e no go still win. That one dem go just be like mumu.
Whoa. I can't the one that say, she be then say Festus Otobokeyamo na lawyer. Why you no come help him, Papa?
Eh,
I don't even hear that one voice again.
eh.
Mm.
Make e come, they will make a fool. They will turn am to donuts.
That one where they shout, yo, did you see? I saw one interview he did. I don't know when he did it, but he was defending Tinubu when they were saying that Tinubu did not go to a proper primary school and everything. This man opened his mouth and said that the Tinubu did not need to be in the class.
Yeah, I heard that one. I heard that
Hey,
interview. Yeah, that
I looked up and down. I actually did not know what to use in describing him.
yep,
That Tinubu did not need to go to primary school.
yes.
He could have done it.
That they brought the book to him at home. Only like
Hey, I
you
said
hear
this
some
man.
things coming from Nigeria, you wonder, am I what's going on here? Confucianists.
More than at this rate, if I am that man's child, if I am Keyamo's child, I will deny him just on the
Deny
base
when they
of
are
lying.
benefiting from the money. I believe that thing. Them and their children, they are the same. How many of
Mm.
these people that are looters? How many of their children have disowned them? How
Uh,
many? How many are they not? Don't they have children? They have, and usually some most of these people they have many children. They
I
get many
believe you.
children.
I
How many of
believe
them they
you.
come out? They say, "No, daddy, no, no, no. I don't want to be a part of it." Maybe they hear story say, you get some of the children don't separate themselves from Amu. This one that you don't ever hear. They're not there because they too they are like their parents. It's just terrible all round.
It
That you
is.
will have a grandfather who doesn't care about his children, his grandchildren, and his great grandchildren.
Who
As
doesn't
long
even
as
care about the reputation that, how they will talk about him? Because
reputation,
Tinubu can't tell me that.
reputation, reputation don't mean nothing to those people. If reputation mattered, see the way they did this cheating. Look at the way they conducted the election. Even a baby will not be as sloppy as they are.
Honestly.
Look at the sloppiness, reputation. These people don't care. They have no shame. As long as he gets there, who cares about reputation? All he's thinking now is that who is now the one going around the world and visiting. Even where he goes to, he can't come out and publicly do interview.
You heard the one that they said happened, Abby, the recent one.
God.
You heard the one they said happened in France, Abby.
Yeah, he nominated the ambassador, Abby.
He
And
wrote
he's in
your
France.
ambassador. He did. Oh, I wish I could get it. It's not ambassador. I don't know if I'm going to say it well, but something about him trying to walk or climb steps. And I think maybe he was tired or something.
I
And
think
then
I have the interview. There's a Channels TV. Let me
no, this
see.
one wasn't interview. He was
Oh,
trying
there's a
to
clip.
walk.
Okay.
He was trying to climb the stairs.
Mhm.
But I think maybe his legs were heavy or something. And then he said a statement in the it was on Violence Space, I heard it. He made a statement to the tune of that they would need a team for him to be able to move up. Everybody was wondering.
Oh God, oh. Oh, Salobuala, oh. Oh, who do all this thing? Hell, they just carry Ozuo, put for jail. Oh, God.
He said they actually played it. He said it would need a team for him to move his legs. I am thinking, what? Where is this? Hey, whoa. President.
It's laughable, my sister. I see when I go on TikTok, if you see the
this
way,
kind of thing, I
the
can never
mockery.
vex. So now laugh, now it gets me. I will laugh to my heart's content. That they decide to disgrace themselves. Lie, me, bino, lie. Look, the belly when they sweet me, and then they expose their stupidity for the whole world to see. And they follow them, fan them, and they fan them well. Imagine. Like you said, these are grandfathers and fathers, and look at how you soil yourself with poop all over. What?
They don't care. They don't care. These people don't care. I mean, on TikTok, you used to see the way they make a mockery of Nigeria. And they follow their laugh. Oh, I said it here yesterday. I say, they follow that. Go enter the comment section. I see people should have a good laugh. Yes. Laugh, please, laugh. Giant in the mud. Giant in the mind. Please laugh. We need to be mocked. We need to really, the mockery needs to be. You see people, you see Nigerians in the comment section getting upset. Who you think you are? In my mind, like Gojo, they laugh. All the people Gojo, they laugh. They Gojo say that they rip into Nigeria. Say,
all those people waiting, they make noise during that campaign and that election time. Say, Igbo do this. Where all of them did? All of them, where they know any small thing fear and not go do video. Where then they? Nobody.
They don't quiet now. Maybe they don't hear.
Nobody fit talk now. Their mouths don't close.
China get a 45% stake for their seaport. So all the Rolu people, may they ready.
They never start. Make I tell you what's in one guy. Hey, I beg you need to go listen to Violence Space. One guy came.
I listened to Ram today for some time. You know they stay there for like 8 hours.
They do. Today's one was 6 hours. I just leave it playing. I'm gonna do it and they do. If I don't fit, if it disturb me, I reduce the volume. But one guy, in fact, he even put a picture. He said he was working with the Chinese. He's an electrical engineer. Oh my. They say there's a Chinese police station in Lagos.
Oh yeah. Okay. I don't hear that one before. Oh yeah. They were lying about it before that there was none.
They can't say that one I shockalize me past. Say the people where they can't walk, maybe the Chinese people. Now they are prisoners and they bring come.
To.
Now the people where they serve jail term,
To.
then they bring come. That in a group, you go see one of them be police person, be the police. So like maybe like around 4 people where they work out, one of them be police, very much trained. And say na and they go follow them wear their own uniform, make it be like say na worker, but it no be worker, na him be the police where they man them. So you can imagine, you comot criminals, come person country, come work amongst innocent people that have no clue what is around them. At this rate, I don't even want to call them innocent because as long as they voted for this Agbado, all of them go chop the shit. All of them, you go rub am for their body like mud. How can you? And then the government is welcoming them.
They don't collect money now. They no welcome them. Nigeria is become a dumping ground.
At this rate, they
People have
don't
not
even
seen anything yet.
honestly,
Nigeria
they
is
haven't.
a public dumping ground.
And when my nephew sent me, hey, Jesus, when my nephew sent me a picture of a Chinese woman that was busy frying akara. Ayamija.
Frying akara good. You never see the one where they hawk for streets.
Hey!
They go soon take over that Lagos. Now maybe they say all the non-Yoruba people want to pack on a load come up for there. Lagos is not you people's own now. Why are you dragging with them? Leave Lagos for them now. It's for the Yorubas. Leave it for go and repair your own place. Go back to your village. Go back. Leave. Please leave it for you. It's not you people's own now. Is it by force? Don't remain in Lagos.
Can I say Chinese police station say follow day for New York? Eh? Hey! Oh, oh girl, oh girl. The earlier they get this man out of that seat, the better. Because you see, the interesting thing is this increment he's giving to people already. There's nothing in the treasury accounts. He don't print all the money to give PMB make it work out. So as the more increase the money, so me they wonder where the money won't. You never sell anything. Oh. As far as we know, Buhari don't sell the oil and the oil wait for come out tomorrow. You don't sell and sell. So I don't know where you won't see where the money they come from. But you they sell again, they give people money. Then I come talk say all those places where them the people where them delete for north, that it is because of the minerals we then see for those areas. Now make them be delete them.
That one are old news now. You want to hear that one? That one are old news now. That one with the people don't hear thief from before election start. Now that story don't dey ground. Not be today.
They really are not humans. No. Even animals don't treat their own like this. Animals, they delete people for food. Then they delete other animals for food. No be just because they like them. Because, say I don't like this person, I make me do this kind of thing. Because that is what these ones are doing. That is what these ones are doing. And the problem is it has not, the nonsense never started to.
Chinese go by the time they are done. Here's what's going to happen. Chinese and Lebanese and Indians, they go drag that Lagos today.
You sure say India still the place?
The person wey fit win, na go collect am. Okay, you go collect am from all the same Yoruba Yoronu people that drove their own kinfolk out of the land, and gave it to foreigners to come and deal. They will put pepper, babala pepper for their. And here we go dey. We go come talk about am. Wait.
You know say like joke. It could get to a point where even the indigenes of Lagosians will be paying money to get into Lagos.
Absolutely, it's getting there now.
They will
All
pay
the chances
money
that they are
to get into
revamping.
Lagos.
Yeah.
What they claim is their fatherland. It will get to a point where for you to get into that place, it will be like say they enter cinema, you go pay money before you enter.
Not be cinema, visa. You go get passports.
Honestly, it goes
You go get passport. You come put you get go your village, go collect passport before you fit enter. It's coming to. I'm telling you, non-Yoruba people, please move out of Lagos. It's not your land, though. Ẹ lọ tún ti yín ṣe o. Ẹ lọ go and repair your own. Is Lagos your own? It's not your own. Go back to your village. Go and repair.
Honestly, that should be the song everybody should be singing now.
I'm telling
Go
you,
back to your
hashtag
base
go back
and
to your
restore your
base. Go
base.
back to your father's. Hashtag go back home. Hashtag go back to your village. Leave Lagos for these people. I'm telling you.
But even the Lagos,
let's go and do our own. There's no need. Leave it for them. What is even in the Lagos? It's smelly, polluted, gutters open.
And then it is small. Come on, yeah, it is small.
Heat.
It's not as if it is big.
Traffic, no electricity road. What's the point? What's the enjoyment? I'm telling you, people should leave Lagos alone. No, non-Yoruba people. You people should. Is it your father's land? You even if you were born in Lagos, so is your name a Lagosian name? Move away from there. Go and repair your own. Go to your villages. Go to your village. Leave it for the Yoruba Ronu people. Please.
Come and Ronu lọ. Come and Ronu. Ìrònú yẹn ò ní pa wọ́n. Come and Ronu lọ o.
No, there's no. There is the suffering is doing the press up in the gym. They've not started.
Say they do press. It's skipping ropes right now. You never enter the treadmill side. Now when the suffering go enter treadmill, now that time then go know wetin dey happen. It is simply not. I mean, the caricature of people just parading themselves in the name of PhD holders and professors. PhD
holders in the mud, lawyers in the mud, SANS in the mud, doctors in the mud, all the institutions in the mud, Nigeria papa in the mud. I say that they take them do. You don't understand. TikTok, oh my God, I dey enjoy TikTok these days. Oh. If you see the way that they roast Nigeria, I dey follow them, they roast. Oh, you mean when they change name? Actually, I not be Nigerian for TikTok. I see, yes. That's why they be carrying shoulders if they are something. Don't mind them. Giant in the, they say they are giant of Africa. Giant in the mud. I follow them. Forget that thing.
It is beyond laughable. It truly is beyond laughable. Oh my sister, look, let me go, Jerry. I don't overstay my stay now.
No problem. You do well, I beg. You overstay. You call your sister house. You know they overstay for sister house now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I
beg, my fellow Nigerians, everybody. Oh, before I even go, safe, I beg. In one of the spaces I was listening today, one person that came and he posed himself as an obedient. He said he used to be an APC person, but that he was now obedient. But as he was talking, he was now trying to, like soft pedal, he understands these things and he understands how we feel, and that, there's always another time. Before he talk finish, they're not slapping all kinds of curses. But then he now went ahead and said that, the way they talk about these judges is not nice. People should stop being derogatory. They should respect them and respect their office. You might say things, but don't call out their name. Before you talk finish, they just off and throw them for one side. So me, I'm here to say, please, any Agbalagba that refuses to respect his age or his position in life, please drag him. Drag him from China to Kafanchan. It's okay. If you want to drag him from the ear, fine. If you want to drag him from the toe and the leg it is okay. But let us drag as much as possible. Because I see no reason why an old man will warrant respect but refuse to behave his age and do the right thing. So if any lawyer or any judge is up there that is listening, or if you have family listening here, just if you do not behave your age, I will reduce you to a day-old infant. Eh? I will call you and drag you stupidly. You want your respect, you want your legacy, behave your age, keep your oath. You took an oath to office. I no beg you go do judge work. I no dey there when they send you go school. Since you decide say na the work wey you wan do be that, make you do am well. For your information, you are on that seat because of the taxpayers' money. They are not throwing it in the mud. So many people are not eating. They don't promise on an extra 5 years where there is no guarantee that you would even live up to that time. They don't promise on 114% when money no even there. I don't know whether they go turn stones into money given out. So if una no one behave, we will drag you. We will drag you to the fourth generation. Your unborn children will know your name. So I give you free hand. They've given you people paper. You have instructions. Behave yourself. Otherwise, well, I said it yesterday. The trouble you are brewing today, man, you will drink cases of it tomorrow if you guys don't behave. Because you see, no be only one mouth. Then they call your name. Akpo repete. We plenty. Ifu yard. So, family members of Agbadorians, when they hear me here, if you're obedient, I welcome you. Tell about affect boron. On our name, they don't write am well. You see, when person go beach, you dey enjoy the water. You go write something for sand. The water go clean comot. Let me tell you now, your names are carved on the trees and in stones. Nothing shall wash it away. Oh my one bet lie. Mo sọ fún yín sìn. As una dey carry that wig wey nobody dey see, wey dey smell well like toilet, make una behave una self. Do wetin dem send una go do. Na work dem give you. When everybody dey wake up for morning, dey wear cloth, dey bath, dey chop for morning, go work. You sef dey follow go. Allow your day's wage to be earned properly. Otherwise, èpè tó ń bọ̀ lára yín tó kó orí yín. Ẹ̀rí. Ọmọ yẹn, thank you so much for all that you do. And I salute everybody for comment section. Good night. Make I carry my vex go sleep.
Thank you very much, my sister. I really appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. We move, we continue. Mr. One Love, are you still with us? Okay, I think he probably don't sleep. He probably dey dreamland. Okay, my people, this is it for today. Thank God finally. Hey, 2 and a little bit over. Hey, thank God I do only 2 hours and a little bit ago. So my own be say Nigeria na the only country wey we get. You cannot give up on it. You cannot get tired. Your voice matters. All hands on deck. We cannot continue to pretend and act like everything is all right when everything is not all right. Everybody get part to play for this sparrow when dey ground. No go sit down, fold your hand, dey think say the thing go come by itself, take care of itself. It ain't gonna happen. Okay? All the grandpapas dem, when they say their children, they no want make their children progress for life. All that prayer, when people go dey pray for church, all the enemies of my father's house, all the enemies of my mother's house, na dem dey your front. So your enemies of your father's house are standing in front of you. Your ancestors in your homes, they are standing in front of you. Okay? So to all my non-Ronu people, please leave the Ronu people's lands alone. Go and fix your own. It's not by force to be in somebody else's land. For those people, my brothers and sisters that are not the Ronu people, I know that a lot of you are going through a lot of pains. You've lost goods, you've lost. I saw a video of a man that was weeping because he's I think he has a spare parts business in Alaba market, and they didn't even give him time to get his, I think his electronic store, something like that. One of the two, whether spare part or electronics. They didn't give him a opportunity to move his stuff out, and they just bulldozed everything, scattered everything. My brother, I don't know who you are. I don't know if you ever come across this video, but guess what? You will get am back a million times over. You know, you go get am back a million times over. If I know who you be, if I have access to you, I fit send you small thing to add, make you take come up. Okay, we're all in this together. Make you notice say na only you dey cry alone, we're all in this. So biko, all the people wey dey go through similar things, since because they don't destroy your business, one thing or the other, please, once there's life there's hope. Cry come out, make we know. When we fit do for inside, we go do. Okay, but abeg, while you still can, carry your karanga, carry everything carryable, go back to your village and go and be selling your market. Okay, go and provide opportunities to your people. Leave Ronu people alone, leave their land, it's not your own. Okay, go and fix your own. We have things to do back south. There are things that we need to do, there are places we need to put in order. So nobody has to run back to Ronu land again. Biko no. Enough, a word is enough for the wise. Okay. So let me see. Can they leave me? Oh, ah. Moving his main, popular moving his main program to the east. Good. Let everybody move, please move. If you are not, you are non-Ronu. Okay, if you are non-Ronu, non-Ronu, if you belong in that Pico, leave the Ronu land for them. Okay, go and fix your own. Ẹ lọ tún ti yín ṣe. Go and fix your own. Okay, go back to your tent, O Israel. Answer your father's name, pack your things and go back. Go and be selling pepper and tomatoes in front of your father's compound. You understand? Build your father's compound, make it fine. Okay, live there. We have so many things that we need to develop back south. This is our opportunity. Abeg una, mo una parry una load, mo una comot, leave Ronu land alone. So I don't have the video, Queen. I saw it somewhere. When you're going through, like, I just saw it somewhere, like, really quickly, but I forgot to, memorize where I saw it so I could play the video. Yeah, the man was really, it really tore at my heart. I was like, it pulled at my heartstrings. I was like, oh my God, I really feel for him. I hope the video goes viral. I'm sure somehow it's going to come around. If I see it again, I'll be sure to save it. I was multitasking at the time when I saw it, so I didn't even bother to. I'm sure somebody would find it one way or the other. And if someone does, if they can share with me. Also, my email address is in my about on my channel. You can send me the email with the link, so I can play the video. It was really painful. Imagine all that money gone. You can imagine how much that man would have spent to stock up his shop. You know how all these people, I've never been to Alaba market. I've heard so many things about it, but it's very sad to have put in money and then you lose that all in one day. I know that people will pull him up. Nigerians are very good at that. At least I can speak to it, even though wickedness did and it comes strong well, but Nigerians are still people that empathize with other people. So the man, I just pray, please, he should take heart and things to work out for him. But all of us Nigerians, if you like, act like you're not Nigerian. Your blood will not lie, your DNA will not lie. If you like, speak like say you no be Nigerian. It's in the blood, you can't do anything about it. Once a Nigerian, always a Nigerian. You leave this realm as a Nigerian, you don't leave it any other way. So to each their own, but all hands on deck. If you believe you want to see a better Nigeria and you're fighting, you better be in the front seat, you better be fighting in your own way. Everybody cannot fight the same way, but all hands have to be on deck. All Nigerians, is like a wake up call. If bell never ring come your side, start to dey, if you see say person still dey sleep around you, ring bell make e wake up, because omo, this dragging wey we dey, so we must drag this matter until we get wetin we want. It's not going down anytime soon. We will drag it until we get what is ours. We are not going to leave it for these people. If we leave it for these people, we have failed. We have failed. Okay? We have failed as citizens. We have failed as a people. If we let these people win, we have to be giving it to them back to back, bumper to bumper. Okay? Because God forbids. These people fit wake up one morning, they'll say everybody go their side. Where you wan go? Where you wan go? Na country where you no fit, na you wan go. So omo, better start trying to, everybody come find ways, creative ways to make an impact. To make an impact. We must get the society back running. It's up to us now. We're the generation that is around now. So we got to fight for it, so that those of you who have children, they will not come and be saying, what did daddy even do? What did mommy even do? Look at how messed up this place is. And children of nowadays, man, I have conversations with them. Omo, they no dey spare anything. Oh, most of them are not, they are not as materialistic as a lot of these old ancient people. Oh, they are not. They are pretty content, and they are mindful of nature, mindful of the world, what's going on around them. So you better stand on the right side, though, whatever the right side means to you. But for me, it's getting back Nigeria in the direction it should be, and if that's with Peter Obi, nobody else. Peter Obi and Ahmed Dati. Every other person can go and sit on a hot fence. Me, I don't even know. Right now, Nigeria is on auto drive. There's nobody in the driver's seat. There's nobody. Yeah, they're just doing whatever they like, writing checks to themselves, cashing out. I have a feeling, I have a theory. These people know that they're not going to last there, so they're trying to reap everything, take everything they can take. Okay, so I somehow I think they know that they're not going to last there. So, guys, let's keep fighting. No, I beg. Um, Fali Pupa. Okay, now. Yeah, so I'm telling you, to your tent, oh Israel, oh, top notch. Everybody go back to where you came from. It's that simple, you know. And sad part is that it's true, the true Yoruba indigenous people that is suffering with non-Yorubas. Yeah, absolutely. So if you are not, so that's why I said, if you are not, if you belong to the non-Ronu people, pack your bags and leave. Go back to your village. Go back to your father's house. Go back to your father's compound and go and sweep it and then fix it up so you can have a place to lay your head. Leave the Ronu place alone. Leave Ronu people. They say don't play with us. We don't want you to play with us. Go. So pack your bag and leave the Ronu people alone. You know. Oh, Fali people has passed. Are you kidding? Really, Kene? Are you referring to Fali Pupa? Top nurse say because for 5 years to another country is an entire future. Yes, yes, Miss Top Notch, absolutely. It's an entire future. Exactly. You know, Kofi Olomide and Felix was, I don't know those people, squashed a 40-year-old beef and did a song together. Kene dey talk another thing. Wow, Papa Wemba and the rest of them. Okay, oh. All right, Ngwanu, my people, thank you very much. Oh, Charity, God will bless you for the super chat. Oh, I really appreciate that. So even if YouTube can't sleep, wake up, I find out say they don't demonetize, I no go feel too bad. Una good night. Oh, thank you very much. It's been real. We go see again, but I don't know when this time around. As I don't do back-to-back video, we will see. Thank you all. Apart from some good, responsible Yoruba people, could you believe that many already declared non-Yoruba enemies, and even some that supported Peter Obi are against him now. We don't care about those that are against Peter Obi right now. We do not care. I don't care. Anybody that was following Peter Obi and all of a sudden change, they were not really for him before. They were not really for a new Nigeria. Let me not even make it. It's not even about Peter Obi. For me, what do I want? I want a new Nigeria where everywhere is working. That's what I care about. Everywhere is working. I can travel 30 minutes, no traffic, or everything they work. That's what me I'm standing for. So if you were fighting for a new the question is, what Nigeria were you fighting for? Did you think you were fighting for? Do you think you were fighting for a man? Was it about Peter Obi for you, or it was about the system itself, a complete overhaul of the system? So for me, it's a complete overhaul of the system. Peter Obi is just a man with a face standing there. It could be somebody else. There are many Peter Obis, by the way. It's just that the system shut them down. There are so many of them, and they're coming up. They're on the side of New Nigeria. So for people who just suddenly wake up and they are coming, me, I know they listen. All those people, I know they even come across them. And if I do, I shut them down. I don't have time. There's no need. It's okay. You understand? Some of those people did that because they wanted to just, whatever it was, whatever their intentions were. I don't care about those people. I stand for truth, justice, and fairness. I've always been like that from when I was young. So all those ones not they worry me. How they look those people? Maybe I go sit down for hot fence, as far as I know. So for some of the Yoruba people, when they say they be Ronu people, may they remain Ronuing, may they be Ronuing, while the Chinese, the Lebanese, and the Indians continue to make them slaves. It's okay. I'm good with that. But the non-indigens of the Ronu people, please pack your bag, go to your father's house, go and sweep your father's compound. Please go and put generator, go and light the place up, go and make sure everything is working in your father's compound. It's not forbidden if you do it. Go there, go and create job for your people, go and fix things, go and create your own seaport. Abeg, leave Ronu people land alone o. Ẹ lọ tún ti yín ṣe, go and fix your own, leave it for them. Is it your own? It's not your own now, so please go. Good night, OJ. Good night, Tato. Good night. Good night. I know £1 is 1,000 now, and the dollar is 815 ahead. You shared when you saw Dele. Which Dele? Dele Farotimi, Pius. Is that who you're referring to? Why were you crying when you saw him? Did he say something? Did he do something? Eh? Pius, tell me. You say you were crying. Biko, don't cry. Wipe your tears. There's nothing to cry about. We are winning this fight. And we are all together in this. Dele Faro to me, what did he say? Did he say anything? We just listened to his video. The guy is still going strong. He's not a Ronu person now. Dele is our brother now. Dele is moving with us to the south. Are you kidding me? Yeah, Pius, I dey wait for you to type. Wait till you hear. Pius, wait till you hear. I dey wait for you to type. Abeg, in the meantime, the interview with okay, Arise. Why were you crying? Hey, yeah, my brother, no need to cry. We're all in this together now. We're all fighting. This fight is sweet because we are many. It's not like where one person was in one corner shouting. The people thought that the person was losing their mind. You understand? Even though, of course, his ways were not perfect, right? But sometimes, one person will have to start shouting before others start to wake up. So that's where we are. So my brother, wipe your tears. We are all together here. We are strong together. We have to keep pushing. Don't pay attention to anybody who you saw that was supporting the movement and then suddenly turn around. They were not for the movement. They were never for the movement. Trust me. They were never. You can never trust a double-minded person. You can't. Somebody who just changes their mind all of a sudden because you feel like, oh well, it was good while it lasted, let me switch. That kind of person, you know, if you trust them. You understand? So there's no need. my brother. Yeah, he cried on Arise News. You saw him crying. Was he crying? I didn't see that too. Did anybody see him crying? Yeah, he was emotional. Which Arise News interview did that one? We watched his interview now. Kene, you see how they cry. Me not see the guy. They have been another interview. Oh girl, another interview. Then the man say cry. If you cry, nothing do am. Na human being now. Everybody get tears. It's actually healthy to cry. I bet if cry dey worry person, make e cry. He did. Or maybe that was when he did not respond when Abati was asking him a question. I think Abati had directed a question to him and he didn't say anything. I think that was what, because I was like, how did he just avoid that question? Yeah, his words are measured. Yeah, he doesn't talk flippantly. Yeah, that's true. You know. Yeah, well, hey, you know what? It's all good. Tears are good. It cleanses the soul. It heals. So yeah, I'm all here for it. I've cried too. I've cried too. This whole Peter Obi and the obedient movement, I've cried. There have been moments where I've cried. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Right? And sometimes there have been moments where I sobbed really hard. You'll be like, say, if you're teaching that person flog me. Oh my God. I they cry like baby. On top of this Nigerian matter, I don't know say I love the country like that too. I had no idea. I even me myself, I dey shock. I dey look myself, dey cry. I dey say, kí ló le tó báyìí? Yeah, na Nigeria make you dey cry like this. Me sef dey shock oh. So yeah, I can be emotional sometimes, you know. It's all good, you know, we're all here together, but everybody has a role to play. Let's keep the fight going, stand your ground. We pin here, we're getting our mandate back, regardless of what they do. Me, I'm not here to beg the judges. If they like, let them do what they're supposed to do. If they like, let them not do. Now, Nigeria, all of us. Now, Nigeria, they be. Now, that country, they go day. So, if they like, let them do. Already, the judiciary has been proved to be a sham. Okay, I'm not even about to say, oh, let's be political correct. No, hell to the no, no, no. Guess what? The judiciary is a sham. All the lawyers, all the sand, they should go and bury their face in the sand. They not go school, they not know nothing. Dumb dumbs. Now we get as lawyers and justices and judges, all of them, from top to bottom, none good. I don't know this. They not go school. Make dem no dey count themselves as lawyers. When other people stand as lawyers outside, make dem not stand. Make dem keep quiet. They don't know wetin jurisprudence be. They don't know wetin fairness and justice. They don't know. Forget. People when they fit buy with money, those ones na people. God forbid. God forbid. Okay, you no avoid am. I come dey wonder because you no answer the question, you know, Kene. So Ruben ask a double barrel question. Okay, no wahala. I'm telling you, Kene, I was crying like person wey wey fail WAEC English 3 times. Oh my God. Salobua o, Kene. Kene say but na true o, if you see me dey cry, you say dem flog me, dem put me on punishment. How come you dey cry? Say wetin be dis? Why I dey cry like dis? Na Nigeria matter make me dey cry. Dis Kene my goodness, you be real village boy. It's good. Village boy and village, all of us village people, it's very good. I be like person wey I dey cry like person wey fail WAEC exam 3 times. Why does it have to be 3 times? Okay, you even count and join. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. But anyway, guys, for real, this time, may I run before Kene bring food matter. Bring, you know, say food na my. Once Kene just go, you bring all this village food come out. Because they talk. I remember when I talk about Chisco yesterday. He just quickly said that they serve jollof. I can't remember. I say, oh my God, jollof and Fanta and Coke. Oh, those were the days. You enter, sit down, you balance inside bus. All your body go rest. Mm, 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 mm. Are you serious? He's lobbying, Femi Falana lobbying for Chief Justice? What does he need it for? Is he not for the people? Why is he trying to lobby? Ew. That's a shame, man. He's just gonna wreck his reputation with all that. Anyway, you'll be surprised he's under Giro new people. So let me leave that alone there. But anyway, time will tell. We'll figure it. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Yeah, the pain people go through, absolutely, Pius. I understand though. The pain is a lot. It reach to make everybody cry, but time to cry, wipe your tears, continue to fight. Because tears no go solve am. Na action right now. Now we need action. We need to keep talking, keep raising awareness, keep educating people. Don't keep quiet. Don't be looking for ways to keep you quiet. I heard that they have sent, agbado people will be entering from place to place trying to tell you, oh, obedience, praise you as man. I don't need all those praise. I'm not doing it for anybody. I'm doing it for the future, whatever that means. That's what I'm doing it for. I'm doing it for a future where children can grow up and be all right. All this mayhem and craziness will not be happening. That's what I'm doing it for, so anyway, ma run abeg before Kene bring another gist. All right, people, it's been real. Peace out. Bye. See you on my next one.